Hello everyone, this is GameTaf. Welcome to my Monster Hunter World Beta playthrough. Here I will be doing a bit of commentary on the gameplay and new mechanics in Undergo Quest. So the first quest is we are hunting the Great Jagras. A Great Jagras has appeared in the ancient forest and is devouring everything it sees. Find the monster and take it out. Look for the belly tracks it leaves. So let us go. I have completed 1 and 2, but the video I tried to upload did not upload, so I'm doing this again, just in case you were wondering why those 2 were completed. But that's fine. Looking at the screen, I'm very impressed with the UI and HUD. Heads-up display. The menus are organized and simple to follow. Let's take a look at the armor sets and weapon choices available in the game. So the armor that I like from this game is the Jagras. I like to start off with the Jagras armor. There we go, that's stylish. So the Jagras armor gives you speed eating, which increases meat eating and item consumption speed. So I'm not too sure if we gain all these skills. Each individual part apparently says it has a skill. So I believe that's just skill points, like it's always been in Monster Hunter games. I've been playing Monster Hunter since Monster Hunter Freedom 2. So that's where I started off. Been a fan of it ever since. Love the series. So, guess I will run a breakthrough of the weapons really quick for those just getting into Monster Hunter. First we have the Greatsword. Strong and powerful weapon. Has the ability to charge up to 3 levels. The final level of charge is a strong charge hit. You can block with it. It's not that mobile. It seems to have new attacks as well. By the preview I saw a shoulder charge, so it'll be interesting to explore all the weapons, see what else was implemented in this iteration, and practice with them. So the Greatsword, powerful, has a neat ability to draw and hit the monster for a powerful hit. The second weapon is a Sword and Shield. It is much quicker than the Greatsword. Can rack up a lot of combos. Is usually valued for elemental and status conditions, status attributes, and elemental attributes, as the raw damage is not that grand compared to the Greatsword, but where it lacks in raw power, it makes up for in raw speed and dexterity, as you can use items while the Sword and Shield is out as well. There's a lot of hopping movements, a lot of combos. You can do a mounting attack upward, not just downward from a hill like many of the weapons. So it's really versatile weapon. Very sick weapon right here. This is the dual swords. Very quick, very devastating. Sacrifices defense in the favor of even more speed than the Sword and Shield, and the speed translates to massive damage buildup. As you can see there, the hunter is just going really crazy with these combos. Very powerful weapon. There's a demon mode that gives you access to even more combos at the cost of stamina. Very cool. Here is the long sword, strong weapon. You attack, you build up spirit. When you do a combo using the R2 button with the long sword and you finish the combo, you'll access another level of spirit. I believe there's 3 levels of spirit, red being the final level. When that level is active, your longsword is doing the maximum amount of damage it can do. Very powerful. Does not have the ability to block either, but has great reach, great combos. The hammer is a blunt weapon. It is one of the 2 blunt weapon melee weapons, the other being the hunting horn. The hammer has devastating charge moves like the great sword, though they are blunt in nature. Hits on the head cause fatigue and can also stun, where the monster will be in a daze for a certain amount of time. Has a lot of raw damage, very strong weapon. This is the hunting horn. This is a true party weapon, as you play musical notes that will give the entire party a specific buff depending on the notes played. Also does blunt damage, also can stun, also can fatigue. Is a bit more mobile in my opinion than the hammer, especially since there is a note combination that gives you movement speed up. It's one of the basic notes typically. Very cool. Here is the lance, which is one of the 2 lance weapons. The lance is complete with a shield, and the lance also features the ability to do true damage, which ignores defense. It does raw, true damage. The lance also has the ability to charge. So if you had, say for instance, a dash juice, which is an item from previous installments, it might be in this game, that will give you infinite stamina for a duration. You could literally charge from one point of the area to another point. And it's very fast. It's very quick jabs. You can hop. Combined with the evade skill, you can be invulnerable during hops. Combined with the guard skill, you take less damage. Combined with the guard up skill, you can block moves you normally wouldn't be able to guard. This is the gun lance, my personal favorite out of the 2. It is a fusion of a gun or a cannon, more like it, and a lance. It is reminiscent of the gun blades from the Final Fantasy series. Just a little thought. It also has the ability to do powerful finishing moves with the shells. There's one where you clap it to the ground and cause a laser explosion. And then its most powerful move is Wyvern Fire, where you combine all of the shells inside the gun lance into one blast. Also, you can use powerful short range burst of explosions, and you can poke. So it has a lot of different things it can do. You can combo with bomb traps you lay for even more devastation. Really powerful. This is the switch axe. It is part axe, part sword. The axe part of it is raw physical damage. The sword has a file. The file, depending on the file, it is either raw power or element. And it has a finisher that you can do depending on the file. It will do a finisher with that file type, with the sword mode out. But you need to build up energy with attacks in order to do that first. Very powerful. This is the charge blade, which reminds me of, it's more like a gun blade in that sense, and it has a shield to boot, so it's defensive. This is a very strong weapon, and it's one of, it's not my favorite out of the 2 new weapons in the later series, but it's up there in my total, or my grand scheme of things, favorites. It has a axe mode as well, and what you do is you swing with the sword mode to rack up energy for your charges. When the charges reach a certain energy indicated by the glowing, you'll reload. what this will do is it'll imbue the charged blade with a buff and damage and other things. And then you can go into axe mode, and depending on the amount of files you have charged, you can do a powerful finishing move. It's easier to explore it yourself than my explanation right now, but that's what it does. Here is the insect glaive, my favorite out of the two new weapons in the later installments. It is a javelin that you can pole vault with. It is complete with an insect familiar that gathers nectar from monsters. There are 3 types of nectar you can gather: speed nectar, power nectar, and defense nectar. Usually speed nectar would come from a mobile area like legs, and power nectar would come from like claws, defense nectar from tails, and so on, so forth. If you have the speed nectar, you become faster. The power nectar, you do more damage. Defense nectar, more defense. If you have all 3 at the same time, you enter a mode similar to demon mode for the dual blades, where you're much faster and have access to more devastating combos. The insect glaive can be leveled up using specific types of points, and it can become very powerful. This is the first of the gunner type weapons. This is the hunter's bow. It is a powerful bow, or a powerful ranged weapon rather. It has access to different modes of firing, like spread, pierce, that goes through monsters better on larger monsters, rapid, which has a shorter range for maximum damage but concentrates at one spot. Then you can do special maneuvers with the bow and arrow, like do arrow rains from above. Very cool, very mobile, and you can solo easily with this if you have a powerful type of bow. There's a skill that unlocks a hidden charge. There's usually only 3 charges, but there's a skill that can unlock a 4th. If it has 3, sometimes only has 2, but yes, very powerful. This is the heavy bow gun, whereas the bow singularly used a specific type of arrow type. This has ammo, various ammo. So the ammo could be anything from elemental to status to explosive to even paint for like tracking. The heavy bowgun can be equipped usually with a shield, can have its limiter removed for more power. Very powerful, does a lot of damage, can easily solo monsters with this too. But you'd have to watch out because it is not as mobile as the bow. Evasion skill would be good for this weapon. This is the light bow gun, which is much more mobile than the heavy bow gun. It is essentially the same, but it's more mobile. Has a rapid fire mode where a special shot can be fired rapidly in a single round, and has crouching fire, I believe, which is a mode that allows for rapid fire, if I'm not mistaken. Very powerful. Here is a new mechanic, I believe. Oh no, it's similar to the old mechanics like talismans, the older ones like talismans and gems. So these are charms. They enhance a certain skill, so they give you a skill point and a skill. So right now we have the defense boost skill, or defense charm equipped. There's one for attack, there's one for evade window, there's one for slinger capacity, which I believe this game has a new slingshot, water resistance, and fire resistance. We'll keep the default for now. This is a mechanic that is very awesome. This is the mantle. And what the mantle equipment line of equipment do is it's a cloak that gives you a special ability for a duration. The ghillie mantle conceals you from enemy view temporarily. The effect expires if you perform an attack or take damage. The glider mantle increases jump air time and grants the power to ride strong winds. Also makes it easier to mount monsters. The Challenger Mantle prompts monsters to target you more often and makes them easier to lure. The effect expires if you are attacked. The Rocksteady Mantle eliminates damage reactions, prevents wind effects, protects your hearing, and grants tremor resistance. You also receive less damage from attacks. Waterproof Mantle reduces water damage, nullifies water blight, reduces mobility restrictions in muck, and negates them entirely for deep water. And this is a health booster that places a smoker that gradually restores your health. So this is a... There might be more weapons like this, more equipment like this, little helper items in the third slot, or fourth slot rather. Your Palico also has equipment. So defaultly he has the Bone Spade, which doubles as a handy trowel for use in the garden. A helm, a vest, and this is a really awesome mechanic. The Feline actually has a gadget that uses Vigor Wasp honey to recover the hunter's health. So basically, it is a wasp that can be upgraded, and it carries honey to heal you. Very cool. This is a flash fly cage, which serves as what the flash bombs have always done throughout the series. They emit a great burst of light that stun monsters. And this is a shield spire. It's a massive shield that can defend the Palico against attacks. It can also be used to provoke monsters drawing their attention. If you stood behind it, it probably can protect you too. So, without further ado, let us depart.
Okay, you ready to get cracking on that quest? The one called Great Devourer, Great Jagras. The Great Jagras has yellow and green stripes, and the gluttonous habit of swallowing prey whole. You know the drill. We've got to find it and hunt it before time runs out. Remember, our target is a Great Jagras. Follow the large belly tracks it leaves on the ground. If you ever get lost, consult your map. Your wildlife map keeps track of where you are and where the scout flies are taking you. You can also use it to keep tabs on monsters.
So the map is very expansive. It is different. Much more information. The supply box is here. Still here, where you grab supplies. A mainstay. I'm using the switch axe. I started off with the great sword in the series, but the switch axe was the newest weapon introduced in Monster Hunter Tri for the Wii. That was my first gateway into the console side of Monster Hunter, so I wanted to start off with that. So let's get going. The hunt is on.
The scout flies have found something. Go get a closer look.
So one thing very neat is that in this game, you don't have to rely on auto tracker skills
The scout flies have locked
and
onto the
psycho
scented monster.
serums, which
Be on the lookout for more tracks or traces.
were items that let you see a monster on a map without having to paintball it. You don't have to rely on those things, it seems, because of the new scout fly mechanic that will lead you to the monster. This might not be available in higher rank quests, I imagine, but I appreciate this mechanic very much.
The scout flies have picked up the monster's trail. Follow the green light they leave behind.
Gathering. So gathering also isn't as slow and monotonous as in the first installment, where you had to
If you follow the scout flies to your target, you'll locate it
repeatedly
in no time.
gather one at a time from a single scattering spot. It seems you can just collect a huge batch of the gathering item one time, which is also very cool.
You're less likely to lose sight of a monster if you use the focus camera.
And now we found
Okay,
it.
you know what you have to do. Get in there and do your stuff.
Oh, totally
The
missed.
switch axe has two forms, axe or sword. You can power up the sword attacks by injecting them with fire energy. The scout flies will hide once the fight breaks out. Don't forget that. The monster is on the move. Use the scout flies as a guide as you go after it.
Whoa. He is out of here.
You can use jump attacks to mount monsters.
Wanted to lead me to his habitat, huh?
The monster's been immobilized. Now's your chance. Hey, these shrubs look like the perfect place to hide. Dodge their attacks. You don't want to take hits like that head on.
Whoa, the cat can mount a monster, it seems, and help you fight. How awesome. Go into sort mode.
Oh boy, that monster's really mad now. Be ready for some vicious attacks.
Nice.
Dodge their attacks. You don't want to take hits like that head on. Your weapon is losing its sharpness. Create some distance and then use a wet spray.
He is on the move.
Look, the monster's almost done for. Chances are it'll retreat to its nest to recuperate.
Oh, there we go. I passed it like 10 times. Good as new. Whoa. How anticlimactic.
All right, you completed the quest. Congrats.
So, I really love the new gameplay, and I really love the boss battles. The damage being shown is a neat new addition. The camera seems more smoother. The action, the ratio, you know, the size ratios and everything The aesthetics are gorgeous. So really neat playthrough. And it wasn't shown here because I completed it, but after you beat a boss, you get a commendation pack, which is a group of special items that you can unlock in the retail version. So it would be good if you still have the beta out there to complete as much as you can in the beta, as much bosses, and you'll have a lot of neat items and materials to transfer over in time for the release. Can't wait, man. I really can't. So we're gonna do the second battle. I'm gonna change everything. So I'm gonna rock the dual blades and then roll with the Anja armor. And I'm gonna rock the glider mantle just to show. I'm gonna change my feline as well. I'm giving him the Anja equipment. I really like it. It's very dinosaur-like. I like that kind of thing. And I'm gonna give him the shield spire for protection. So now we are ready.
A monster that's been giving the Research Commission a lot of headaches has shown up again. Try to piece together the monster's trail, then let the scout flies show you the way. Once you've tracked it down, go and put a 3-star hurtin' on it. Oh, and one more thing. You're being timed.
It's gonna be more than
fast travel
3
back to
stars,
camp simply by
sweetheart.
selecting it from the wildlife map.
So these are meals. They all give you a status effect and a food skill, which has feline in the title. So for instance, feline polisher speeds up sharpening time. Riser extends the invulnerability period when getting up. Think of games where you are knocked down and you know, do a dodge roll, have invincibility, or you just get up and you're not able to be hit. Many games do that. And then you have feline deflector, which helps your weapon retain sharpness when attacks are deflected. So if the monster has a tough hide and your weapon gets bounced off, you'd want to use this. The others are groomer, has the duration of defense down and speeds up blight recovery, which blights are kind of like status conditions. And yeah, so I'm gonna go with the choice platter. Nice. Health, stamina, a lot of boosts, excuse me. Oh, this is a stone for the slingshot.
Slinger ammo. You can use it to hit things that are far away. The dual blades are close-range weapons made for hitting prey with a flurry of attacks. Demon
So that's the
mode is
slingshot.
super strong, but it eats up stamina.
These are Kelby. They have been in Monster Hunter since the beginning, I believe. They never actually died, from my experience.
Okay, let's take
But
those
apparently
parts
they
you
do
carved
now.
back to base and use them to upgrade your gear or craft something new.
They have a chance to give you a great item called a Kelby Horn, which is a material that when fused with a certain other ingredient, it will give you a potion called the Ancient Potion, which is a very powerful potion that not only brings your health to the maximum, but also your stamina. Not only like to the maximum in the size of the gauge, but it actually increases the size of your health and stamina gauge all the way to the maximum. So it's a very powerful item. You want to find as much of those as you can whenever you get the chance. So let us find the Baroth, the Mud Wyvern. That is not it.
We gotta stay focused on what's important.
He said it too. Kula Yaku, is that like the cuckoo? For those of you who are Monster Hunter veterans, you'd be familiar with the cuckoo. A interesting bird wyvern, to say the least, that spits fire. Dances around like a eggless chicken. I need to be looking for the scout flies. Whoa.
If you run out of stamina, you'll be winded and vulnerable. Veteran hunters know to always keep an eye on that gauge. How
And
goes
that's
the exploring?
the importance
Try
of
to piece together
stamina.
the monster's trail. Then let the scout flies show you the way.
Where are... Oh, I think this is where I want to be. Think I'm on the trail. Oh, I see it. It's on the move. This is so awesome how open world this is. This is mining spots. I won't just show this once. You mine, you collect ore. There's rare ore the further you get into the missions. That's not the target, the other one, but hopefully it won't mess with us. Alright, let's go, Baroth.
The monsters are fighting each other? Maybe we can use this to our advantage.
Awesome! It's Gojira! Awesome! The monsters actually fight, and actually fight, not just like rub up against each other like in past games. Oh my goodness. So let me show you the Demon Eyes. Yep, these are the Demon Eyes combos. Or the Demon Mode combos. I believe it used to be called Demon Eyes. So that fatigue almost felt bad for me.
You're paralyzed. You'll have to wait for it to wear off.
Oh no,
Not that you have a choice.
that toad. Oh, the feline. Thank you, cat. The feline there can snap you out of sleep and paralysis if that ever happens to you. So they are just really awesome. Ow. You actually have to, you don't have to stand still to drink potions anymore, so that's also very neat. Oh, I'm dazed.
Hits like that repeatedly will stun you, meaning you won't be able to move.
It's on the move. Gotta hurry this up. Almost out of time. So yeah, the dual blades are really, really awesome. As you can see, very stylish. Oh, what the? What's that feline doing up there? What does he do? Hopefully it's something that'll help right now. Ah. Whoa. Nice. Nice. He done hit him. He done stunned himself. Put on the glider mantle. Sharpen a weapon. Oh, so neat. Demon dance. Ha! Look at that. So awesome. Oh crap. That's the only thing. You get stuck in the animation. Let's glide. Awesome. That's a tail gone. And for those of you new, you can carve the tail, and many tails have rare materials. Oh no. 5 minutes left. Can we do it, friends? Can we do it, comrades? Only time will tell. Ugh, this stamina. Oh my goodness. It seems like it's smaller this game. I'm just glad he doesn't disappear when he burrows. So, what I'm gonna do, and what often many hunters do when they go to sleep, you set barrel bombs. You set a small barrel bomb that has a duration to explode, and you blow it up next to the monster. Game. That's the hunt.
All right, you completed the quest. Congrats.
Was a close one, huh? Well, with these dual swords, man, these dual swords are amazing. Probably definitely be one of my mains getting into this. Yes, but yes, that and the fact that I believe he's weak to water, which these dual swords are water attribute. So that's a quest complete. Huh. Eventful screen. Ah, man, why do they do this to us? Can't wait. Well, thank you all for watching. This has been part 1 of Monster Hunter World Beta playthrough. This has been GameTaff. I will upload the second one soon, in the near soon, the new soon, the sooner new, whatever. So thank you all again, and peace. Look forward to hunting with all of you. Any of you that may come online, you know, I run into some of you watching this, so really look forward to that. Really look forward to the community.